Hey, welcome back to Crit Couch. I'm Michael.
And I'm Skylar, and totally nothing happened in between the last
I didn't
episode and this
accidentally hit the exit spell
no.
fucking I complained about multiple episodes ago.
What is this thing supposed to be?
I don't know, but I thought you were supposed to be non-compliant.
Oh, yeah, I gave up on that when we had to go through the dungeon again.
Fortunately, it wasn't a super long. So you're the one who's draining the Crystal of Wind's power. Nah, it's Pazuzu. But you'll never meet him. Nah.
Whoa!
Yeah, it looks nothing like his sprite. And Dullahan's got his little bikini girls on either side of him. They're we love Dullahan.
Yeah. We're like the girls in a rap video.
Yeah, Dullahan's our. I don't know. Dullahan's are what?
I don't know.
Dullahan's like, fuck, what'd you do? What happened to my friends?
Yeah. You turned the hot bikini vampire into a tiny dinky bat.
What happened? Actually, I kind of like the bat. Maybe you should stay that way. No, my bat!
They'd make good decorations. His horse doesn't have a head.
Yeah, well, neither does he, so, it's like...
No, his head's tucked under his little arm.
Well, I mean, but he doesn't have a head on... Where's the horse gonna hold his head?
See how it has its little clop up?
It's clop?
Its leg, whatever.
Its hoof?
Yeah, that's the word I couldn't think of.
Oh, God, that just reminded me of something I wish I didn't know.
I'll ask you later. Something later.
Yeah. I know many things for a variety of reasons.
You're omnipresent. I know.
No, it's not so much that as
knowledge of many things.
An old roommate of mine was going through Reddit. I don't know how, somehow he discovered the Clop Reddit.
What's that?
So I'll preface this with saying I have no problem with people who like My Little Pony. Nothing against that.
Oh, it doesn't sound like it's going in a good place.
Well, the Clop Reddit is now a thing that people who watch this channel know about. It is it's a bunch of My Little Pony porn.
Oh, man.
Lovin's dead. So when you said, and we see how he's holding up his little clop, it's like, well.
Oh, great. Those are just words I'll never use again. All right. Anyway, it's non-compliance. I was reading about...
Now I'm real worried about where that horse's head is.
Play the fucking game.
Hey, Dullahan, I got a question for you.
I like how he's still just like, no, I'll make the best of this. It'll work out.
How can I've got an ass of steel. How can I hold my balance on my poor horse?
That is the weird. What was the artist like? This'll work.
Yeah, they've got this, probably what, 128, 128, or 256 by 256 square to deal with. What even be 512 by 512?
Well, why didn't he just have it dismount the horse?
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
But the horse is trying, man. The horse is where's my fucking head?
Just a flesh wound. I got this.
Man, I should go back to fucking Ireland, or I think that's where Dullahan's from. Somewhere in Europe.
Dullahan, yeah, I think it's an Irish legend.
Somewhere in Europe, because that narrows it down to this vast variety of cultures.
Whoa.
Yeah, see?
Coming at you, bro. Dullahan mythology. Forgot how to spell mythology. Headless Rider usually
with a Y.
Yep. Of course.
See, this is how I get him to be compliant. I ask him to lose something.
Yeah, he's Irish. Irish mythology.
Sweet, I got it right.
It's a type of fairy. I didn't know that.
I mean, a lot of stuff from Irish folklore is more or less a variant of the Fae folk or whatever. Because that's, I mean, it's kind of like how Norse mythology, like dwarves and elves and stuff, they're all just kind of this otherworldly set of things. It's not.
Yeah. Why did you have to fight him?
To find out that Pazuzu was the one fucking up the tower, or fucking up the wind. You were saying something about your non-compliance.
Oh, you're talking about how Orson Welles wasn't. Like,
yeah.
He just really wasn't playing ball. So Mahershala Ali just got announced to be playing Blade.
Yeah, I'm actually super excited about that.
I have always loved that actor. He is just fan-fucking-tastic.
Oh, yeah.
B, I love Blade. So these are, it's like my two favorite things. There's a little guy up on the roof.
It's like so Dullahan was making the wind blow real hard.
Oh, now everything's chill.
But the person actually draining the crystal is Pazuzu.
Is that Pazuzu?
You can see forever. Sure. Just
forever.
Don't fall, kid.
He's just tripping out on shrooms and somehow managed to get up on the thing. He's like a surfer dude, right?
This is you, man.
The wind has suddenly stopped. I'll try to make the Rainbow Road.
Sure, just...
The Rainbow Road is also another.
Is that what that like
shrooms.
random ass set of gears was up there?
It worked. There was no.
Otto, we're going to save Norma and the crystal. Wait, we know Norma. What? Wait, okay, you said wait, right?
Yeah. In the tower, you'll see switches in the even number floors. Man, flick the switches with your axe. Then the elevator won't go past that floor.
All right.
I don't even know what that means. I'll just stand here and work out my legs.
It's your leg day, man.
God, my legs are still like on fire. He looks like a little bunny up there.
I know, right? How about some seeds? Sure, why not?
You have so many.
I know. I'm just stocking up like a fucking squirrel. It's like that squirrel from Soul Blazer. Like, hey man, you got some nuts? I'll give you a sword.
Yeah. Where did
Look at the Rainbow Road.
Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's missing a few things. It's got a couple of oranges in there.
Yeah.
Like Otto, man, I don't. All right.
He did his best. Leave him alone.
All right. Hey, Norma.
That's
How
Norma?
you do? I guess, yeah.
We'll talk to her and then I'll tell this story.
Are you Norma? I was so afraid no one would find me, but now I can go home.
How you do those voices?
Your dad's waiting for you. Yay!
Whoa! Twirl.
With a fucking terrible like. Oh, the whole tile is a.
Wow.
Okay, the whole tile is a layer above instead of just the pillar. All right, you were saying something.
Yeah. Well, apparently Wesley Snipes.
Oh yeah.
On the specifically on Blade 3, but in like all the Blade, was like really combative, like not cooperative whatsoever. And
yeah,
apparently like and
he and Ryan Reynolds in Blade Trinity just like Ryan Reynolds kept fucking like poking at him through the whole thing.
Is that right? That sounds right.
Anyway, you're.
Well, it's like so much so that they had to like. There's one point where he just refused to open his eyes for this scene, so they just CGI'd him opening his eyes.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. Like, and what was like he like was communicating with the director through like sticky notes or something.
What the fuck?
Well, yeah, like he wouldn't actually talk to the director, and so like they would just like leave sticky notes back and forth to communicate. I don't actually know why he was so bent out of shape about the movie. I do recall that he was like high or something for like a vast chunk of it. So also it wasn't just that he was not communicating, he was like he was not in a mental state to communicate.
Yeah. Whoa.
What's up?
Is that a boss?
I was waiting for you, little beasts. Pazuzu! Pazuzu! Fucking like Professor oh, what's his name? Not Professor Frink is the Simpsons. What's the professor from Futurama?
Flint, hold on.
Oh my god, I can't remember his name. I know it's like the guy that invented, or like one of the guys that invented TV.
Got this. Professor Farnsworth?
Farnsworth, yeah. It's like I just couldn't.
Good
like,
news, everyone.
Like I just kept going to Professor Frink from The Simpsons.
I couldn't remember it either.
Yeah. Glavin! Guess it's so complicated that only I can appreciate it. He's talking about like one of those little roller. He was like at a kindergarten thing explaining the science of how the little like balls popped around inside. It was like a little like toy vacuum looking thing that you rolled it around on a stick, and it's got the dome and like
the fucking noise machines.
Well, no, it's like the balls all just like pop around and hop because of some thing going on inside, and he's like explaining the science of it, and he's like in front of a bunch of like kindergartners that are like, the hell? It's like, I'm the only one that can appreciate this. And he's just like rolling that shit around like Layman. It's just like, oh my god. But yeah, Professor Farnsworth from Futurama, he like has Pazuzu like
going to hide
as a friend or whatever. He's like, Pazuzu. My voice range is not right for Professor Farnsworth, but it's like Putricide from WoW. Is basically like the professor. For anybody that doesn't know what that is, he was one of the bosses back in like the Wrath of the Lich King expansion.
We used to raid back in the day.
Yeah.
Way back.
Did all that heroic raiding back when heroic was the highest difficulty. Back in the day when there weren't 4 difficulties. That's how many there are now. I actually don't have a problem with it, but I know it chafes a lot of people.
No.
Well, we kind of talk about, I think we kind of got into, for clarity, I don't know how this is going to overlap with Soul Blazer, because we talk about that a little bit in our Soul Blazer videos, but because this is like running at night and that's running in the day,
Presumably.
Well, yeah, for the moment. I don't know how that's going to overlap, but we talk a little bit about that. I'm Chimera. You can watch this little... oh, we just skipped right over the dragon giving us side eye.
Jeez.
Get healed up here. I love how much I can just spam spells in this. It's so like...
This game is ridiculous.
Yeah. It's got... the color palette on that is kind of weird, like a little pink. Like, it's kind of unnerving, the tentacles on that guy.
Huh.
A little like, do you see my tentacles? Do you see my little pink tips?
I will rub it on you.
Oh, I don't want that. I've seen how that ends. I've been on the internet. No, God, not fucking exit.
That could have been bad.
Nope, not doing that.
Man, fuck those chests.
I think I talked about this like in one of the earlier episodes, but it just always crosses my mind how like how much the level design doesn't matter when there's no reason to go into a place in these old games.
Yeah.
Because like I think
you've already solved all the problems of the game by buying 1 million seeds.
Well, but also like in new games, God, that I just keep now I'm like gun shy about going to my spell menu every time.
You've only done it once, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, but now like I'm just in the mindset because it happened. But like in new games, I think because there's so much more like the environments are so much more natural, and like there's a lot of stuff to see. Even though you can have moments that are like technically speaking like a waste of gameplay time, they can still be good from an experience level. Like
you mean like this game? I'm sorry. I had to take the low blow.
This is Crit Couch, and I'm gonna get a new fucking co-host.
You were saying that.
Well, but so like, did you play The Last of Us?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well there's...
Watched you play it.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember the giraffe moment?
Yes.
So, like, that's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, there's this really cool point where you come out, like, you're going to, you're traveling to a university to try and do something or other. And you come out of, I think it was after you come out of the sewers, and you kind of make your way back up, and you come out of this one spot, and, like, you approach kind of like a ruined wall that's overlooking sort of a field, and there's this very like peaceful moment, and you see some animals that have gotten out of the zoo that haven't been, you know, affected by any of the little like fungus or whatever, and it's such a nice kind of cinematic moment. And it's not that games in this era, in fact, you know, some of the other like RPGs and stuff, if we play them, we'll start seeing them starting to experiment with how to get that kind of cinematic stuff going.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually kind of fascinating to see what approaches they take to try and get that from a scale perspective or from a drama perspective. But there's a lot more kind of environmental storytelling that takes place because we have a lot more access and tools, and some of that gets really lost. Like, you know, some of those little areas in here, or even in other older games that could be fairly interesting from an exploration perspective, just aren't, because it's just like, well, here's a dead end with the same tile set you've been looking at for 30 minutes.
And then you get games like Metal Gear Solid 4, where it's really just kind of a movie.
Yep. And next time on Crit Couch, this guy's dancing.
He's kind of doing
dancing.
like...
He's like, I just want to touch you with my pink tips.
No. What is something about that? He's like trying to do the YMCA. He just can't sink his little tentacles up.
I can't make an M.
Yeah.
They don't go that far. Shit.